application field, all those. We will also try to understand the logic behind some of the fields and how to create this Sankey chart. So yeah, so first, like this Sankey chart, the middle part is a bit tricky and it needs a lot of efforts to be made. However, the left and right bars are just stacked bars, so those can be made just simple, straightforward. So we will just see the steps involved in making these curves. So quickly let me open it. So let me connect data samples. So yeah, so first step is to just create a calculator field just to get the numbers. So two path. If order date is equal to fixed it's 49. Then so in this field, what we are doing is just we are trying to bring this 1 or 49 to each rows or column. Generally, this is relatively easy way. We no need to modify data directly. We can just proceed with whatever data we have. There are many methods actually. Generally, what people does is they will just have an Excel sheet consisting of like path 1 and 49, only 3 cells, and they will do union with this sample superstore data. So the 1 or 49 just get manipulated across all the rows. Then what happens is the cells will be, each column will be duplicated. So then at last just we have to sum up and divide by 2 all those. To avoid that, just we are writing some condition for each row, and just we are getting this 1 or 49 in all the rows. So the main motto of this is to just get some 1 or 49 across all rows in the data source. That's why we are writing this condition 2 pad. Then we have to just create bin with this 2 pad.
Hey, sorry, Jayarav, this is not clear to me actually. So can you help me understand why we have to do this? In the Viz, what is it doing?
This actually gives us the length of the curve. The curve whichever you are seeing, right? Like in between.
No, see, basically what this does is for sorry. Yeah. So what this does is for each row, it either, so for the minimum one, right? So basically you're saying region category, by region, by category, you're saying you get the minimum order date, right? So that will be 1, right? So for some of them, for each category and region, whatever is the minimum, the first order date, right? For that it will be 1. For everything else, it will be 49. That's what it's doing. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And just okay. So I think maybe you'll get back as to how you're going to use it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So just create bin. And size of bin is like 1. Now create calculate field. It's like index. Index minus by 4. So the 2 pad bin whichever we made, put it across columns. Index. So now I think you can just understand a little more deep. This 1 to 49 whichever we have made is using the first calculated field by using the order date condition. And just if you see the index for each row, it will be like 1 till 49, but just we want to compress it between like -6 to +6. That's why we are writing this field like index minus 25 by 4. So actually this index value ranges from 1 till 49 based on the condition we wrote, but just we are trying to bring it in the range of -6 to +6. That's why we are using this index minus 25 by 4.
index minus 25 divided by 4.
Actually, we have like 1 to 49, so index will be right from 1 to 49. But just from that 1 to 49, we are trying it to contract between the range of minus 6 to plus 6.
Okay.
So now we will just smoothen this curve to get our curve. This is the logic actually. We don't have this 1 to 49 anywhere in this data source. First, we are writing this condition to get this 1 to 49. Then we are just using index function to distribute it in range from minus 6 to plus 6. And now we got like kind of line at an angle of 45 degree. Now we will just smoothen this curve to get a awesome curve. Smoothen this line.
Okay.
Yeah.
One quick question here. Hey, sorry if I'm asking too many questions. Is this too basic for you guys? If I ask questions, guys, others, I'm not asking you, Jay.
No, Chaitanya, please.
Yeah. So basically, see, when you pull the two-pad bin, right? It has like two numbers, right? 1 and 49.
No. When we pull two pad, there will be only two numbers.
Correct. That's exactly what I said.
but two pad bin has like 1 to 49. There is the difference between two pad and two pad bins. So two pad bin, and if you go and click show all values, show missing values, you'll see everything from 1 to 49. So bin, what it does is like the two pad 1 to 49, it will just divide it into like a small size of bins. And just if you look at like two pad bin edit, we have just divided minimum value is 1, maximum value is 49. We have divided them in bin size of 1 each. So
in that case, it's two bins now. So basically, what we are saying is, when you're saying you're putting into bins, so the numbers are either 1 and 49. That's very clear, right?
Yeah.
Every time you have another one, you should put in the same bin, and every time you have another 49, you should put in the same bin, right? So why are there 49 bins? That's the question that I'm asking.
I think what's happening is so this bin is something like a frequency distribution, right? And for 1 and 49, there might be the number of 1s and the number of 49s present in the data. For the remaining numbers, that is from 2 to 48, I think the frequency will be 0. And this is so this number from 1 to 49 is what we get in the previous sheet, I believe, where we have used the two-pad bin.
So, but if we look at, can we see? I think the bin size is 1. Okay, so basically, it's a no number, right? So it's not really using the data. It is just putting those in those bins. It's like the buckets, right? We have like 49 buckets right now. That's all it's saying. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So can we put in those two-pad bins, right? Can we put two-pad? Is that possible? Just to see, what the numbers really look like and to confirm my understanding.
Just in one we will get sound 49 remaining on. Yeah.
Okay, this is a sum that you put in probably. That's why it's adding up to so much. Okay, it's clear to me. Yeah, that's fine.
So first just to get the length of curve, we just made a condition and just we manipulated it in bin right from 1 to 49, and we just used the index function and we made up the range from minus 6 to plus 6 instead of getting index from 1 to 49. So currently we have done these steps. Next to proceed, we have just got the line like this. We have to just smoothen this using some curve. So generally people use the sigmoid function to get curves like this here, whatever it's. So sigmoid function they will generally use, and the sigmoid function is s of x equal to 1 by 1 plus e power minus x. So here we will give index as input and we will get the sigmoid output, and we will just feed that output in the curve to get the real curve. Maybe if we proceed next steps, it will be easy to understand. So we will calculate sigmoid. One divided by 1 plus exponential of 1 power minus index. Calculation. So we got the sigmoid curve like this. Next, we will just make equation of curve. Before making the equation, just we have to create a couple of fields. So rank. Running sum of sales by total sum sales. This is rank one. When I mean rank one, why we are running some sales is like, for example, here we have furniture. First we will get the sales. Then along with running sum, you'll just get sum of furniture plus like office supplies. That's why we are just doing running sum of sales. And by total sales is just like to get the rank for each, like how it happens. So we'll get the total sales. Is it clear?
No, can you go again once? Zero?
Yeah, so rank is nothing but running sum of sales by total sum of sales.
Yeah.
Why we are using running sum here is like for first we'll get furniture sales, then we have to go for office supply. Then if it starts from 0 till only office supply, we won't get the continuity in the curve. So just if you go by running sum sales, right from 0 it will start till it moves to it will be just adding up furniture, supply, technology, all those like that.
Achha, you're saying the curves will be, without using running sum, the curves will be starting again from the bottom.
Yeah, that's why the reason we are using running sum over there.
Got it.
So this is rank one. Similarly, we have to make one for region. So just duplicate it, edit, rank 2. So the one which you have made, first one is for category and the second one is for region. Now we will just create a final curve field. So curve by using this is like the equation of curve. I don't have just much justification for this equation. Just I took it from online. Rank 2 minus rank 1 into sigmoid. So this is the equation of the curve, final curve whichever we got. Here sigmoid we have already seen. Just with the help of index function we got the sigmoid. Then rank 2 and rank 1 just we made. Okay. So now we'll keep making new sheet. Then we index. 2-pad bin in rows. 2-pad bin show missing values. Yes, okay, we got it. Now we'll just pull the index to detail. Index compute using 2-pad bin. So just to ensure we are in right phase, when you give like 2-pad bin, we have to get values from minus 80 to plus 80. Not necessarily minus 80 to plus 80. Whatever like magnitude we are getting in positive, the same should be there in negative. If we are not getting that, just go compute using 2-pad bin. Just to ensure that table calculations are happening in a right way. Next, we got the curve field. Here put this curve. Then here, now we have to edit the table calculation actually. So first rank 1. Rank 1 is nothing but it's made for the category. Oh, sorry. Before doing this, we have to region into details. Both in details. And now just we made rank 1, rank 2, all those, and we have just used this in curve, but we didn't say like across what and where it should happen. Once we put the curve in rows, here we will edit the table calculation for each. So rank 1 is specifically meant for the left side. When I mean left side, we are showing category in the left. So category should be on top and region second and 2-pad bin third. So these two. This is the order, this is the logic actually. Once you put the curve, just edit compute using table calculation. Nested calculation, select rank. So rank 1 is for the left hand side. So whichever you are planning to put on left hand side, it should be top on specific dimension, then region, then 2-pad bin. Now put the rank to specific dimension. The rank 2 is for like regions first. So first put the regions. The rank 2 is like right hand side. So whatever you are planning to put in right hand side, just pull the field to the top and select it. Yeah, we got the curve. Now we have to do some formatting and write a calculated fit for. Well, here you can see some discrepancy in like when we are having 6 and -6 and all. So we can edit the axis from -5 to +5. -5 to +5. Okay. Then now we got the curve, but we have to distinguish based on the size. Here we are trying to show the flow will be like how the sales is happening. So we'll create a calculated field. Window sum. Sum sales. Size. Okay.
So this is basically for the thickness of that pathway, is it?
Yeah, thickness of the path. So before changing, like before pulling the size, we'll just convert it into a line chart and put 2-part bin in path. So we got exactly like curve. And now we'll pull the size field into size, and we will just compute using 2-part bin.
Size went into color.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Increasing on the dash. Okay. So this is the curve. Now we have to just make the stacked bar on both sides and put it in a dashboard. So any doubts? Okay. Yeah. Sales in columns. Sorry, category, color. Some sales will drop. Here only we can edit. We don't need the sales like total sum. Just if we show percentage of total, that will be good. So percent of total. Format. Of category will color here by region. The same sheet will duplicate. Fully vertical category. So just reduce the padding to 0. remove the grid lines. And there is zero line which is visible in the center. Yeah, okay. So now the curve is ready. We got to do some formatting on this one. Increase the size. Same thing here as well. Write the title. Then complete links. So now we have to just adjust the stacked bars in such a way we will get the curve get connected properly. So to do that, there are multiple ways actually. We can go there and edit the axis, or else we can just put the blank and adjust the blank in the dashboard as well. Before doing all those, just make ensure all paddings are 0, so we'll get like no white space between the curve and the stacked bar. And also we have to just arrange the stacked bar. So currently it's showing technology, but here we are displaying the furniture. So technology should be on top. So the color legends just come and pull the technology to the top. So technology, and here also in tooltip it's showing like technology south. Here it's office apply. We are showing so pull the furniture down. So left side we have just sorted it correctly. Now we have to do with right. So it's showing west first and we are showing central. So pull the west to top. Based on the legends, if you pull it up, it will automatically change that. And central showing south. Okay, so east. East, okay. And central. Just add the blanks into. Category. Okay, everything is set here. East. West. That's it. So if you want, you can add tooltips and adjust the size uniformly. Here it's 66. Yeah, okay. Now we'll just do some formatting tooltip as well. So, category. Easy. Size. Yeah, technology to rest. This. So from technology to rest. Yeah, so this is yeah, that's it from my side. If you have any doubts,
Jairam, can you just give us a quick recap, like what are the fields that we created and where we dropped them?
Yeah, sure. So first, two pad, the first wheel we made. Just this one we are just doing to get the length of the curve. If you take the two pad matters, like how length you want the curve. If you make it like till 50 or something, 100 or something, it will be even more lengthy. We are doing this step to just get either 1 or 49 in each rows. This is the first wheel. And two pad bin. We are using it to just manipulate the values in between, and we are keeping the size as 1. So in this way we will get like from 1 to 49. Okay.
Yeah.
Then third, we are getting index. In this wheel, actually if you see the bin size of bins, it's like 1 to 49 total wheel. If you put just simple index, we will get rank from 1 to 49. But we want it in range from -6 to +6, so it will we'll get a curve in like from both negative as well as positive, so we'll get the slope like this. So for that we are using index -25/4 on this wheel. And next, once if we create index, we are smoothing it using the function sigmoid. So this function is pretty straightforward. The function is like 1/1 plus e power x minus x. So here we are feeding our index as input over in the sigmoid function to smoothen the curve. And next we have rank 1 and rank 2, which is made for each, like one for category and one for region. So running some sales with total sales. The same will be there for a region as well, rank 2. Then we are creating a curve. The equation of the curve is rank 1 plus rank 2 minus rank 1 to sigmoid. This is like more important because this just says us about the rank. And currently the rank 1 to nothing we have assigned to calculate across table down or table across nothing. So then these are the basically the fields and at last size. Once if you pull to index, if you see compute using two pad bin, curve I will just separately for better understanding. Okay, so index we have dropped already. We just want to compute using two pad bin. So okay, this is not happening. Show missing values. Okay. Now we got it. Yeah. Once you make index, make sure you get the values like from -900 to 900. The reason why I dropped two pad bin again and I edited is like sometimes the missing values won't be visible. So just before moving to the next step, ensure that we get both like negative and equal values. Now the curve which we made, that equation, we'll drop it into rows. And now here we will edit table calculation. Actually the rank 1 is for the left hand side. I mean, when I mean left hand side, it's like the stacked bar category. So rank 1 should be computed across category first, region, then at last two pad bin. Next is rank 2. This is, we are doing it for like right hand side, the region. So region should be the first and it should be selected category two pad. So once you get this curve, just return from -8 to +5 to avoid the discrepancy in the max values. So convert it into line and path should be across two pad. And as you know, the size field is nothing but window sum sales. Here we are using window sum, so we can just have table calculation and guide it across the two pad bin.
Okay.
And after that, all are like pretty straightforward. Just put the region and category color and stack on that.
Zero.
Yeah, Jairam, just a couple of questions. See, I'm just trying to get a sort of some questions cleared. So, see, some variables that we had here, right? So, for example, you made that 49 bins, right? So, what if we made them into, let's say, 0.5 instead of 1 bin? Instead of sort of size being 1, we make it into 0.5. What difference will it make?
What difference it makes is like in the index. Yeah, I'll just explain.
Just make the change quickly, and let's see what happens. And some of these variables that we have input, if we can just change that. And so what you can do is, so you can just go to the one that's already built, okay, and just edit it and see what happens.
Okay. So currently you are seeing like
No, just go into the
minus.
dashboard that you built.
Okay.
Let's go to the dashboard that you've already built. Yeah. And then in this, let's go to the full one, the one that you had already built completely.
Yeah, this is made complete.
No, including the left-hand bar and the right-hand bar. You don't count it.
Those are separate visualization.
I know, I'm aware.
Those are separate. This is separate.
No, I understood. So, okay. But basically, you cannot edit that here, is it? You have to go there and edit because this is a dashboard.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
fine. Go there. Yeah, that's fine.
You can't see like overall difference. To be more like specific, here you can just see the range.
No, that's clear. So it's all right. So the question then is, let's say if you were to make it not 0.5, let's say 5. Okay, then what difference will it make?
Okay, no bad. The length of the curve will reduce.
So what if it is 0.25, for example? Let's go back and change it to 0.25. Is it like until 49? Why should we use 49? That's the question that I'm trying to answer.
Okay. So this is the 2 pad bins whichever we made, and this is the index. So 2 pad bins currently are making it like 0.5, and we will just give show missing values. Okay, it's already good. So the size of bin, earlier you see it will be like 1 only. Now it's like more granular, like 1, 1.25, all those. And if you drop the index, earlier if you see it was like from -6 to 6, and now it's like from -5 to even more than that.
Earlier it was symmetric. Now because we only changed the bin and we didn't change the index function that we wrote, it went into asymmetric, and thereby our curves are not matching. If we change the what is that index function appropriately to make these values symmetric, I think the curves would not change much.
So what's the other side of the equation? How do we change it? Because if you look at the so you're saying we should change index with it, Jagdish?
Yeah, so because if you see this function here, that 25 and 4 are taken into account based on the 49 that which we gave it in the 2-pad bin value. So if we change that 49, these 25 and 4 needs also to be changed. These 25 and 4 are actually got using a pre-calculated approach to give us a symmetric curve -6 to 6. So I think because they've used already, they've done some calculation and gave these values. Jairam used this. We can use any value instead of 49. We can use any value. All you have to do is you have to find out the right value in the place of 25 and 4 for the value that you wanted to use. Then it will give the same curve.
Yeah, I think as long as that -x to +x is uniform, the curve will be symmetrical. And also this index function that we're using, right? I think by design itself.
Can you repeat that? What did you say? What did you say about making it symmetrical?
So I think as long as the negative range and the positive range are equal. So I think initially we had like -6 to +6, right? I think that is what is bringing in the symmetry. But also if you see the index function that we're using, by design it gives values in intervals of 1, right? So I think that was why it was a perfect curve initially. So when we use the 0.25 or 0.5 intervals in our 2-pad bin, and the design of the curve is not that smooth as it was when we are using it with the index.
As from when I researched about Sankey, so they are using it like a pixel. So it's an equal range, and the 98 term they use because of size of the Tableau screen. So they made a calculation, and then they were using 98 values, and it helped them to design the curve. So you saw that there was an issue that our curve is getting depleted when near the curve. Basically, our curve which reduces when it curves in the Sankey. So it is due to this. So they adjust this value to get the equal size curve. So it's kind of pixel, like in TV we have a pixel. So they are using it as a pixel dots to create curves.
Yeah, that's what I think. I just wanted all of us to know what are these variables and how do we change it. That's the real learning, right? The real learning is not just doing it once, but as much as you just know how to manipulate it, how to get it the way we want it to work.
So when you add a bin size of 1, like 24 work, index minus 25 by 4, now we made it more granular to 0.25, right? So just if you multiply the numerator by 4, like now I made it 100, you can see it uniform. So it's like for 0.5 we have if the bin size is 1, we are using like index minus 25 by 4. If you make it more granular, like currently we made 0.25, and if you replace the 25 by 100, like you can see here in calculated field, we are getting symmetric. There is some relation like this.
Yeah. What if you make that not by 4, let's say by 10, for example? What difference will it make?
Okay. That doesn't make actually much difference. So
it is making some difference. So what difference is it making?
It's just changing the y-axis.
Range, y-axis range.
So, but it's the shape of the structure symmetricity is not changing. Earlier it was, now it was minus 25 to 25. When we changed to divide by 10 instead of 4, it's just minus 10 to 10. So here we are only interested in retaining the shape, being it like keeping it symmetrical. So that works.
What are the other variables we should experiment with? Anything else here that we can see? We can move it and then know what's going on. Okay, all right. Jairam, one other thing. How do we ensure that essentially there is a relationship between the left-hand bar and the right-hand bar, right?
Yeah.
So how do we ensure that the right ones go to the right place? I think you manually move them.
Right? You mean the stacked bar?
Yeah, in the whiz. So in the whiz you have the left-hand side, in the dashboard. So you have the left-hand side and the right-hand side bars, right? So essentially the user is trying to make a relationship between, so let's say that particular red, right? This particular red is sort of related to this. It comes here and goes up a little bit, but whatever, either this or this, it's sort of coming down like this, right? So how do you make sure that this relationship works? What is it that's making this relationship work?
The equation of curve which we made actually. So here if you see rank 1 plus rank 2 minus rank 1 into sigmoid, and we are just assigning the rank 1 and rank 2 once you drop here in the field. Like if you see computing or edit table calculation, already we assured like the rank 1 is for category. That's why we place them in the specific dimension on top, category, region and 2-pad. And if you see the rank 2 is for like right hand side, and we are just assigning it region first, then category 2-pad.
Okay, got it.
So in the equation of curve, we are just trying to input rank for both left and right, and sigmoid is for just the smoothing of this curve. That's sigmoid function.
Okay. Yeah. So what determines the gap between this one? So this particular gap, for example, let me just annotate. This particular gap. What sort of drives that?
That is, I think, if I'm not wrong, that's driven by the running total
Exactly,
calculation
yeah.
that we created. So based on the both left and right stack bar charts, so based on whatever we have placed, the running total will create those.
That running sum is basically a cumulative function, right?
Yeah.
So I think it takes from the bottom and as per the cumulative position of that particular value of the sales, I think it takes the starting position.
Okay, got it. And so there are two, I would assume there are two running sums, right? Because there is a left
Yeah.
one and the.
Those are both two ranks, rank 1 and rank 2.
Okay, got it. Okay, just one second. Can I just see rank either one or two? Just one more time, please.
Yeah.
So running sum, you're saying basically. Oh, okay. Got it. So on either side, you're just doing running sum. Okay, and then based on. So you called it rank 1, but the outcome is not rank, right? It is a running sum.
Yeah. Running sum by total sum, it will just give us the percentage.
So it will give you the percentage. Got it. Okay, so that's why it's sort of distributing across. Okay, got it. Okay, understood. Okay. All right.